Should the government compensate 1950s-born women? Both sides of the argument. Arguments for compensating 1950s-born women will appear on the left.
Arguments opposing compensation will appear on the right.
The Women Against State Pension Inequality (Waspi) campaign argued that women born in the 1950s were not properly informed about the rise in the state pension age to bring them in line with men.
The Parliamentary and Health Service Ombudsman agreed and recommended payouts of between £1,000 and £2,950 each.
The government has decided not to pay the agreed compensation.
The Waspi campaign will appeal the decision in the High Court in December 2025.
Many women were not properly informed about the changes to their state pension age, leading to financial and emotional hardship.
The changes were legislated in the 1990s and publicized over many years, so individuals had ample time to adjust.
The communication was inadequate, and many women only became aware of the changes close to their expected retirement age, giving them insufficient time to plan.
The cost of compensating all affected women could run into billions, placing an unsustainable burden on public finances.
Government budgets should prioritize addressing injustices, especially when they affect vulnerable groups.
The UK faces competing financial pressures, and using funds for compensation may mean neglecting other urgent priorities like healthcare and education.
Women born in the 1950s have faced a disproportionate financial burden due to the rapid increase in the state pension age, which left them worse off compared to other cohorts.
Equalizing the pension age between men and women was a necessary step toward gender equality, and any transitional pain is part of broader social progress.
Equality should not come at the expense of fairness. These women were treated unfairly because of the abrupt implementation of the changes.
Providing compensation could set a precedent, leading to an avalanche of claims from other groups affected by policy changes.
This case is unique due to the lack of adequate communication and the rapid implementation of the changes, making it unlikely to set a general precedent.
It is challenging to legally differentiate between cases, and granting compensation to one group may open the government to further liabilities.
Many affected women were relying on their state pension and were forced to remain in or return to work, often in low-paying jobs or poor health.
Financial hardship is a reality for many people nearing retirement age, and compensating one group sets a precedent for others to claim hardship-based compensation.
The hardship faced by affected women is directly attributable to government policy changes, which distinguishes their case from general economic difficulties.
The changes to the state pension age were made through a lawful democratic process, and compensating women would undermine the rule of law.
A lawful process does not absolve the government of moral responsibility to address unforeseen consequences of its decisions.
Upholding the integrity of legislative processes is essential to maintaining the stability and predictability of government policy.
The government has a responsibility to mitigate the impact of poorly communicated policy changes on its citizens.
Accepting responsibility in this case could open the floodgates to demands for compensation in other areas where policy changes have had unintended consequences.
Government accountability in this instance would reinforce trust in public institutions and demonstrate a commitment to fairness.
Equalizing the pension age between men and women was a necessary reform to eliminate gender discrimination in the pension system.
The issue is not the principle of equality but the manner in which the changes were implemented, which unfairly disadvantaged a specific cohort of women.
Framing the issue solely around implementation distracts from the larger goal of achieving systemic gender equality in pensions, which inherently requires some groups to bear the transitional costs of reform.
Many women have endured severe stress, anxiety, and health issues due to the financial strain caused by the policy changes.
Compensation for emotional distress could create a slippery slope, encouraging claims in other policy areas where people experience stress due to government decisions.
The extent of distress among these women is uniquely severe and widespread, making this case exceptional.
Compensating these women would require funding from younger taxpayers, who are already facing a less generous pension system and higher living costs.
Younger generations also benefit from addressing historical injustices, as it demonstrates the government's commitment to fairness across society.
Burdening younger taxpayers for past mistakes creates intergenerational inequality, which undermines social cohesion and fairness.